All right, this is going to be a quick video. I heard about Tony Harrison, his injury. He pulled out of the fight with Charlo. Very disappointing. I mean, injuries happen, so what can you do? I mean, you're hurt, shouldn't be fighting. So it is what it is. It's part of the sport. Disappointed, but we'll get the fight. I seen Charlo's replacement fighter, uh, replacement opponent, Jorge Cota. Okay, I remember him because I seen Erickson Lubin knock him out. Okay, I remember that fight. It was a pretty good fight for the amount of time that it lasted. I wasn't able to find much on Kota. Okay, I thought I had searched his most recent fight, which was a loss, and the channel that uploaded the fight got terminated. Okay, I tried to watch that last night. I wasn't able to see it. So I don't know much about Kota right now outside of the Lubin fight. All right, we know that Charlo knocked down Erickson Lubin. Okay, but that doesn't really matter to me. We see the triangle effect all the time in boxing. Just because you beat one fighter doesn't mean you're going to beat every single fighter that fighter beat. So I would like to get more information on Kota before I give you like my full, breakdown if it's even worth it. But based on what I've seen from him and a few clips that I've seen, Charlo should have no problem handling Kota. Okay. I know the Harrison fight, a lot of people viewed that as an upset, which it was. Wasn't a huge upset because Harrison is a top fighter at 154. So was Julian J. Rock Williams when he lost to Hurd. When he beat Hurd. Okay. These fighters may have taken some losses, but they're still the top fighters in their divisions. Kota is not. Okay. Similar to what I've just said about Golovkin and Steve Rolls, Kota is a guy that he's a replacement fighter, and he's a guy that Jamel should win against. Now, what I want to know from Jamel, all right, and we weren't going to know until the fight actually happened with Tony Harrison. What exactly was he going to change for this rematch? Okay, are they going to expose some of their game plan in this fight against Kota, or is Jamel going to fight the same exact fight he's been fighting since he's switched trainers? Okay, is he just going to be a pressure fighter? Is he just going to be looking for one shot? All right, what is he going to do in this fight? Okay, is he going to show any of that? All right, regardless of how you feel, people are still going back and forth on who won that fight between subscribers, the comments I read, and videos that I've watched, and personal friends that I've talked to. A lot of people feel that Charlo won. Some people feel like Harrison won. A lot of people feel like Harrison won a lot. It's back and forth. It's 50-50. But one thing I will say for the rematch, Charlo needs to change something. Okay? He doesn't have the title. All right? A lot of people felt he lost. There was flaws in his fight. Even regardless of, who I thought won, I was a little back and forth with it. I still believe Charlo needs to adjust something in his game in this rematch. All right? I don't believe doing the exact same thing and not getting a knockout is going to benefit him when it comes to judges. He might get the judges' side this time, or he may not. But I think between the two of them, between him and Tony Harrison, I think he needs to change something. All right? So, are we going to see some of that in this fight with Kota? That's the only question I have, really, but he shouldn't have no problems with beating a Kota. I was watching some of Showbiz Diado, great boxing channel, by the way. You know, someone else that I recently got put on to. Great channel. He made a video about this, and I think he's giving Kota a little bit more credit, than he should. I think any boxer is dangerous. Any boxer has a chance of knocking you out. I mean, we've been seeing upsets all year, but I don't think Jamel was going into this fight to sleep on his opponent. This is a guy coming off of a loss, and this is a guy that wants to make a statement. And it may be even better for him that he's fighting someone in between the Tony Harrison fight, just to gain some confidence. Because the one thing a lot of people are saying is Jamel has lost some confidence. I saw that press conference he had with Tony Harrison, and I've never seen anyone just rip into Charlo to his face like the way Tony was doing. I even seen another interview where Jamel was giving an interview, and what's this guy name? Who's the manager? Floyd Leonard Ellaby stepped in and said, "Listen, man, you gotta be you. You gotta talk your shit. You can't change the game up. And a lot of people feel that Charlo's just not the same fighter mentally. So what's better than having a fighter that you're able to showcase yourself, maybe get a knockout just to shake some of the rust off and some of that some of that, I don't know what to call it. It's not rust, but that loss fever, having your first loss. You want to shake some of that off and beat a guy like Kota down just to make a statement, Because now I feel like you're more in the advantage, being that you're coming off of a loss, but at least you had a fight in between. Instead of Harrison now, fight being delayed, you're coming off of an injury now, especially with an ankle injury, something like that. You need a lot of movement. He's great. He has great legs. So, I think that kind of gives Charlo more of an advantage, in their next fight. But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is, man. Injuries come. I'm just looking to see what Charlo is going to do, right? And see if we can see something different, like I said with Triple G. We're going to see something different here now that he's training with Jonathan Banks. Or is Charlo just going to go in there and try to knock him out, But I don't want to give Kota too much credit. I think he's from what I've seen, he's not a bad fighter, but you got Charlo fought several fighters that's better than him, and he's hungry right now, all right? So that's it. See you guys on the next one. Peace.